Hello. So sorry I'm a bit late. How are you guys doing? Hello, Jody, Deanna, Lilac. Um, I probably should have been video editing, but I was just doing a bit of writing. Still don't know if I'm going to like publish it, or if maybe I might just publish part of it someday. But I am writing about my experience caretaking for John, with regards to TSW. So, it's making me, it's a really great way to process what happened and also help me understand myself a lot more. So I think it's good, but I think it also means that I really need to get the video edited for this weekend. So, there's that. Let's see. Hello, Cranky Goldfish. Brendan, hello. Michael, Robert, hello. I see some like newish names here. So welcome to the stream. I just want to kind of, since I am seeing some new names, unsure if you guys are familiar with how these streams go, but might as well do another little intro. I'd like to take the first few minutes to just kind of like update you guys, or really just update myself with where I am mentally, emotionally, physically, because it's really good to kind of know where you're coming from, be aware of your context as you're coming into practice, because it will help you understand, like if for some reason you're holding tension that day, you can better understand why. I always like to tell my students that playing the flute is a great litmus test to tell you how you're really feeling, regardless of how you think you feel. So this is my way of sort of like kind of like getting situated, kind of understanding where I'm coming from. So I am kind of coming from right now, I'm coming out of like a very, I think, introspective and kind of dark emotional mood, I guess you could say. It's dark, but it's not like, depressively spiraling, I would say. But it, like I think facing my very real feelings and thoughts that have occurred as I was caregiving for my husband, for his TSW. Like, it's a lot for me to process, but I feel a lot more free after writing it out. So, yeah, I'm just unsure how much of it I'm comfortable publishing, but I'm just writing everything out first, and then I think I'm guessing I might actually have to kind of like cut some of the more extreme personal bits out if I ever publish it. But there is a part of me that's also like, well, I think some people would benefit from hearing the very personal bits, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. So anyway, those are the thoughts that are swimming around my head right now. Kind of nice to get that out. Yeah. So, let's see. Yes, writing helps a lot. Ooh, pizza. Delicious, delicious. Contemplative. Yes. Yes, I think contemplative is a good word to describe how I'm feeling right now. Yeah, exactly. Get it out and then edit. Exactly. That's what I feel. I'm like, I think there's nothing preventing me from writing everything out for myself. Like, I think it's fair to write something out and then only give 75% of it to the world, you know. Um, please don't be sorry about not being able to join the stream. Um, None of you are obligated to show up every time. And I don't want you guys to feel obligated. So um, I would actually ask that you guys do not apologize. Do not say you're sorry for missing a stream. It's I just want to make it very clear that you are not beholden to these streams. These streams are just always here for you. There's no responsibility that you guys have towards me. So I've noticed that some people are saying that a lot, and I want to just make it very clear that I don't actually want the apologies. So thank you, Nathan. I'm also glad that I'm streaming today. I'm really excited to just like enjoy the flute. I truly have started to see the flute as this constant in my life, that like a very stable, constant comfort. So, Midnight, hello, welcome back. How are you? Okay, I think it is time to start practicing. So let's head on over to this screen and elevator music to bring up the desk. Gonna rinse out my mouth a little bit. Awesome. Okay, so let's pop in an earplug and then we're gonna get started. So same old usual. We got our practice checklist on the side here. So we'll start with harmonics and just see how it goes. And then we will basically kind of like evaluate how I'm feeling. I think right now I still want to stay with just playing my flute as it is. Another day of observation. Maybe tomorrow I might mess with the Beechwood Woodify ring again. But I felt like I wanted, because I was thinking about it, just being a total nerd about it over the last 24 hours, or more than 24 hours, yes. But I was thinking between yesterday's practice stream and today, I was like, I think I want another day to observe myself playing on my flute without the ring. I need another day to observe myself before I feel like I can make a more like aware, self-aware observation of how I play with the Woodify ring on. So there has been some observation because I have been editing the stream, and so I've like watched myself you know, like react to it, and I can hear it from a third person perspective now, like how I sound with the rings on, and I'm like, girl, you really sound like you're like letting go and you can express more. So I like the prospect of being able to let go and express more, but I think I need to observe myself a little more. So that is the current plan right now. Let's get the timer going. There we go. Okay. You know, I really appreciate, Deanna, you saying that I'm not obligated to dump everything to an audience when I'm writing to publish, that I'm entitled to maintain some of my soul and privacy. Thank you for saying that. I have been struggling with that. In fact, I realized that I was holding back writing some things because I felt it was too much. And I was like, no, but I'm first writing this for myself. Who's to say that I can't write more and then only give out what I am comfortable giving out, you know? So, anyway, let's do Moyse de la Sonorite. We're going to do page 20, number 26. Ooh, oh, goodness. Okay, our bass note that we are jumping to every other note is our lovely friend, high F sharp. Ooh, how very fun. And we're going to be tonguing every note. That is the first articulation. So let's see how this goes. Also, Jody, I want to respond. I see that you said, I totally get the dark place feelings. Recently diagnosed with hypermobility, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I've heard of that. I'm so sorry. It's been a chronic pain problem you've had your whole life, and now as you're aging, the pain has increased, so now it's meds and pain management. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you know how, because you're saying that playing the flute and listening to classical music has helped you deal with the worst of it. Yeah, I think there's something about coming back to music as a constant, as like a stable constant, that I'm also taking a lot of comfort in as well. So the rough draft is for me. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. I will take that to heart. It's one thing to know it in your head. It's another for someone else to say it and validate that. So thank you. Okay, you know, I'll take that. I'll take that. It's not bad. Abdullah, hello. I'm doing all right, thank you. Rokutake, hello. Welcome to the stream. Hey, Christine, how are you? Yeah. So, okay, I'll take that. That's not bad. I will say that I'm noticing that today, I'm slightly slipping back to my old habit of like, because I am resonating in the correct spot today, but my lip isn't really naturally jutting outward for the highest notes. So I'm having the opposite problem from yesterday. So the problem yesterday, at least in the second half of the practice session, was that I wasn't resonating it in the right spot per note. but my lip was moving correctly, more or less, maybe with a bit of tension, but more or less was moving correctly. So I'm having a little bit of like an opposite day from yesterday. But it's okay. We will deal with it. It's okay. We will now do the second articulation, which is to slur from the bass note, which is our high F sharp, to every other note in our range. So we're going to go up first, and then we're going to go down. Too far. We'll take, okay, I'll do a little shoulder shake. Thank you. Okay, thank you, thank you. You know what? I think the tension is just from knowing that it's a high F sharp, and my like flutist PTSD is like coming back to bite me. So I think we need to think more relaxed. Yeah. I think it is the flutist PTSD. Oh, if you have been a flutist long enough, you will probably develop high F sharp PTSD. So let's try a little bit of the larger intervals again and see how that goes. You too, right, Cranky? See. We will take that. That was better. That was better, I would say. Okay, we'll leave the third articulation for tomorrow. Let's have a little bit. Yeah, I relaxed when I had my eyes closed. All right. That was a good idea. Thank you. I kind of like how the contrast in color between my water bottle and my little hoodie dress. Kind of nice. Okay. Did I put that on something? I swear I put that on something. I did. Okay, there we go. shall we now move on to a little bit of circular breathing? I believe right now I am focusing on just not plugging the back of my nose. So we'll do that. We'll just focus on not plugging the back of my nose. You know, other parts of the circular breathing may not sound great, but it's okay. We're focusing on one thing at a time. We are not plugging the back of the nose. So try it on the flute. I got like 2 good ones in there, which is an improvement from 1 good one. So yeah, we're making a little progress. Okay, so next we are on 461 in Moyse 480 exercises. So let's see what 461 is. Oh boy. Broken 7th chords on E. Okay, that's gonna be fun. We'll see how this goes. All right. Not bad, making it through all the way to number 4 in only 15 minutes. Ooh, allergy season is increasing by quite a bit because of climate change. Oh God. Oh, that sounds terrible. Ugh. the tone could be better. Definitely feeling a little bit of phlegm getting dislodged in the back of my throat, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I am finding it to be a little bit harder to like keep the top half of my mouth raised so that those high notes resonate where they should on this flute. So this is actually the part that's making me think that the Woodify will make it so that I don't have to like open my mouth as big. So for anyone who doesn't know, I have a literal child-sized mouth. I learned this when I went to the dentist, and they usually I am choking and gagging on the little x-ray tab that they put in your mouth that you have to bite down on. And one time I was finally offered the child-sized x-ray tab, and it fit perfectly. It still dug into the roof of my mouth and the bottom of my mouth, but it fit. So I have a literal child-sized mouth. So it kind of makes sense that it, even on a like fantastic head joint like this, it may just be a hair too, like it may demand a resonant chamber that is a hair too tall for my mouth. So the Beechwood Woodify ring, in my review, I discovered that it causes like the more you tighten it against the tube, the more it flattens the resonant chamber in your mouth. So I think that's why I had such a great time with it, because I just didn't feel like I had to open my mouth as far. So just to kind of give you guys some of my inner thoughts as I'm observing myself playing yesterday and today, and while editing the review, like I've been really nerdy behind the scenes thinking about this, and I'm really taking Alessandro, the creator of Woodify, I'm really taking his advice to heart when he said, like, make sure you have a long trial, really observe how you play by yourself versus how you play with the Woodify. So like I'm taking that to heart, and like the nice thing is that I essentially recorded myself trying these Woodifys. So like that way I can really kind of like figure out, do I need it? Do I want it? What can the Woodify do for me? So these are the thoughts that are kind of like swimming in my head. Yeah, I know that you guys are waiting for the screen flash of I bought it at the end. So we'll see. That's true, by the way. Just to respond to the chat here, the masking during springtime. Oh, fantastic. I actually still do that now. If the pollen is really bad outside and I need to go outside, I mask while I'm outside. Oh, it's the greatest thing. I love masks. Okay, so let's continue. Those were my thoughts swimming around in my head. So. Yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble keeping the top of my mouth open and wanting to resonate high today. So again, this is interesting because I'm sure you guys have noticed that, like, I noticed a slight difference in how I play every day. So some days I'm naturally more open in my mouth and some days I'm naturally a little bit more cramped. So I'm starting to wonder if I could essentially just like tighten or loosen the Woodify on my flute such that it matches how I play on a specific day. That's interesting. I didn't quite think of it that far until now. So just, more observations, but we'll keep going. What am I doing? What am I doing? All right, I figured out what I was doing, so I'm going to go back and do that again. Okay, cool. I was like overdoing the G sharps. So, ooh, peppermint tea. Good thing I love peppermint tea. I didn't know that it helps with the sinuses. Midnight Moth, I wouldn't say, because you're saying that you naively thought initially that the Woodify would change the sound of the flute and not just make it easier to play. I had no idea what I was walking into, man. I only had Ale's interview to go on, and then I had no idea what I was walking into. So like, I remember actually over the weekend before the review, I was actually getting a little bit nervous because I was like, am I going to actually find something interesting? like how am I going to find the interesting thing about the Woodify? But this actually happens for every review. I always walk in kind of nervous because I'm like, I don't know what to expect, but I also don't want to expect anything, because if you expect anything, then it colors your perspective of the product or the instrument. Because I want to go in with a blank slate and be like, okay, what can this thing do for me? Hey Victor, how are you? But yeah, so like, I mean, if you were naive, then I was even more naive. Oy. Alexander, how are you? I'm doing all right. I'm having a great time. Nicholas, how are you? How is this live? Have you gotten more orders? Yes, I hope you have. Once more, in case you guys are wondering what orders, what we're talking about, Just Another Flute guy here in the chat made this. This is the CAM.VOYAGE flute swab, and it is fantastic and is now my favorite flute swab. There you go. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, as I was doing that, because I'm focusing on trying to make those high notes kind of sit a little higher in my mouth, higher and further back. And I am noting how hard it is to do today. So I wanted to know what you guys thought, because something that I am wrestling with in terms of purchasing like a Woodify. So based on what I said in my last little chatty bit before this, my suspicion is that the at least the Beechwood Woodify ring will allow me to essentially flatten the oral cavity inside of my mouth, the resonant chamber inside of my mouth, so that the notes will ring lower in my mouth, because I have a literal child-sized mouth. So do you guys think it's cheating? Because I can't decide. I cannot decide if it's cheating. Is it cheating? Is it cheating to put something on here that I can tweak the intensity of? So like, if on some days my mouth is more open, I can leave the Woodify on, but like looser. And then on the other days that my mouth is more kind of like puffy or whatever, or like squeezed, I can tighten the Woodify so it squashes the resonant chamber. So Cranky, you don't think so? What do the rest of you think? Do you guys think it's cheating? So Ben thinks, also hi Ben. So Ben thinks it's just technology, not cheating. Okay, Jody also doesn't think it's cheating. Okay. Because like, if you call that cheating, right? Like my mind is going towards like, well, then my whole head joint is cheating, right? But clearly it is serving me well, right? Like, is it cheating to put something that you can tweak like that? Personal preference, that's a good way of putting it. Okay, so you guys are, yeah, okay, so you guys don't think it's cheating. So thinking of it as adjusting, that's also a great way of putting it. Possibly placebo to an extent, possibly, which, however, the massive differences between the Woodify woods that I experienced on Monday lead me to believe that it is not placebo, because there are such massive differences in the how it changes the resonant chamber inside of your mouth, the shape of the resonant chamber. That's true. Or my cork on the C key could, like, if the Woodify is cheating, then the cork on my C key is also cheating. That's, yeah. Yeah, a Lafrique would be cheating as well in that case, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so with the Lafrique, it's basically connecting the joints better. So in a way, any metal piece will make a difference. Yeah, true. Using whatever technology is available to improve your playing. True that. Isn't the C sharp trill also B flat thumb already cheats though? That's true. In fact, I have told my students before that the entire flute as we know it is a giant cheat. Like the BEM flute in general is the old flute, like the Baroque and the classical flute, but cheating. Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, I might be preaching to the choir here. I'm very aware that you guys think like me. But, you know, I was curious to know exactly what you guys' thoughts are. So you guys think of it as adjusting personal preference, could be partially placebo, which helps anyway, right? Can you feel the flute vibrating less? No. No, I didn't actually feel the flute vibrating less. Yeah, I didn't notice that at all. BEM hacked the flute and future-proofed it for us. That's a great way of putting it. Yeah, okay. All right. It's good to know what you guys think. Because I've been wrestling with that. God, I am such a nerd. But I have been wrestling with that thought since the review, since Monday. Since Monday, I've been like, is it cheating? Is it cheating? Like, is my whole head joint cheating? Is it considered cheating? Like, I mean, like, I feel like in order to deliver, like, let's say I was hired for a like session work or like recording or like, you know, even like a live performance or something. Like, how awesome is it that I know my playing enough and I understand how a Woodify works on my playing enough that I can fine tune it according to the day that I'm playing. So what it sounds like to everyone else is that my sound is consistent all the time. Whereas right now, I mean, you guys who watch me almost every day will know that there's almost no such thing as like extreme 100% consistency per day. There is such a thing as knowing your quirks and understanding how to counteract them. But that means that you have to slightly change the way that you play every single day, or your feeling of how you're playing every single day, to achieve something that sounds consistent from day to day. Because I would say that that is one of the hallmarks of being a professional, is that regardless of how you, like, of which day, I guess, besides being really sick, you should still sound consistently like yourself, right? So it's Linny. Hello and welcome. My mind is immediately going to Genshin. But hello, welcome to the stream. The only non-cheating flute is a 30,000-year-old one made from bone. All right, there you go. Everything else is cheating, so we might as well go for it. Is that what is that what we're saying? Oh, you're so welcome, Victor. Thank you for the sweet words. Oh, that's interesting. So Nicholas here is saying, I do feel like we could use Woodify or Lafrique to teach us how to improve our sound and manipulate tone colors without necessarily having to rely on it. Yeah, 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 yeah. I could see that. I could see that. So Nicholas, you personally don't like putting things on your flute. Fair. That is totally fair. Again, personal preference, right? So yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, cool. You agree with the last take? Do you mean that like we're cheating anyway, so you might as well go for it? So Lenny says, feel like you would get used to the way you need to manipulate air with a Le Freak Yeah, for sure. You would get used to it. And then when it's not on the flute, you definitely can feel a difference. So there was a time that I had the Le Freak on. I had it on every day. And then after a while, I kind of got tired of it. I think it's because for me personally, I felt like it was locking me into a very specific like tone color palette, like a very bright silvery color palette that I somewhat lost interest in. So like, yeah, like to me, Le Freaks lock you into a tone color palette, which honestly is actually very useful in some situations. Again, in my mind, I'm like very useful for like recording work. Because like if whoever is directing you absolutely needs a very specific tone color, you could just pop a Le Freak on of the, the appropriate metal to get the tone color palette of that specific metal. So, but I feel that the Woodify fundamentally changes the shape of the resonant chamber inside your mouth. So I did not feel that the Le Freak did that. So yeah. Yes, I told exactly. That's why I was asking Nicholas, because you said that you feel that we could try to replicate the Le Freak / Woodify sound without necessarily having them on. Yes, that is precisely why I posed the question. Am I cheating if I use a Woodify ring? Like on the regular, I mean. Like, am I cheating? Right? Because I technically can create the same sound, but it takes a lot more control. Like it takes a lot more self-control to do it. Yeah. So like, or is it that you can only utilize something like a Woodify to its fullest potential if you do understand how to make the same sound without it, right? Like, in a way, you have to know how not to cheat in order to use the cheat to its fullest potential. So in that case, is it cheating anymore? Right? That has been what's in my mind. It's not cheating if it makes it easier. It's like a shortcut. All right, fair. That is a fair perspective. That's true. If this is cheating, then is it cheating to listen to YouTube recordings of flute masters or inspirations as well? Yes, exactly. It's an enhancer, but not cheating. It's utilizing your resources. Okay, I like this. I like this. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for going down this nerdy rabbit hole with me, because this has been plaguing me since Monday. Because I'm like, I am this close to ordering the Beechwood, okay? I'm this close to it, but I have to know why I'm purchasing it and how I'm going to use it. I must answer that question with full conviction before I purchase it. Pig Player, welcome back. How are you? What are we talking about? We are talking about, is it cheating to use the Woodify? Is it cheating? And the latest thought is, in order to use the Woodify ring to its full potential, you have to know how not to cheat. Then you can use this to its fullest power. you actually cannot unlock the full potential of the Woodify unless you know how to do it without it. I think that is how I feel about it. Like, kind of like seeing all you guys' responses. I think that's where it's leading me to that particular conclusion. Yeah. Isn't that with everything musical instrument related? That is exactly what everyone has been saying. So you are right on the same wavelength with everyone else. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys, for indulging me. I'm more at peace now. Thank you. All right, we got to do a little bit of drilling though. So let's do a little bit of drilling. Okay, next time. So we will do 114. Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to highlight that. Okay. Thank you guys for indulging me. You're looking into getting new head joint? What are your options? What are you looking at? Exactly, Lenny. Someone else mentioned that, I think before you came into the chat, that it's also like finding a new head joint. You know, like, is that cheating? Because I definitely felt it when I first got this head joint. Definitely felt like I was cheating. 100% felt like I was cheating. I was like, there ain't no way it can be this much easier. Oh, all the head joints. Oh my goodness. Name a few. Name a few of your what's on your list to trial. I'm curious. Do tell, indeed, do tell. Okay, so we are going to drill a little bit of that Q56 in the development. Currently working on making sure that my left hand fingers only go up and down and they don't stretch. Okay, here we go. I'll accept it. I'll accept it. I did it 5 times. Really, anything beyond the 5 times is, you know, diminishing returns. It's getting there. I need, I think, at least another, I want to say 2 weeks of drilling that just to get that really comfortable up and down. We're getting there though. It's better than before. Slightly more natural than before. So we'll take it. We'll take it. There's a lot of left hand business going on there, and my left hand is getting very confused. I think I'm in the awkward stage right now where it knows what it needs to do, but it's like, what? Why? Why? This is less work and less effort. It will not happen. You guys hear that? Like, just like, everything wants to be squashed down to get today. Yeah. Like, I just can't get it to resonate high enough. But please tell me, what are compression exercises? I do not know, or maybe I know, but maybe I know them from another name. Please explain. Oh, I do know that. Yeah, I'm really feeling the top of my mouth is closing. It is so hard to open my mouth big enough for it to resonate where I want it to. But yes, you call them compression exercises. I've never actually heard them described like that before, but it's basically when you do this, right? And then you can do it backwards or like swap them. Tighter and faster. Okay, I'm gonna try the other way. Ooh, okay. We'll do our final run of this last part. So part of it is that my lip is not coming out far enough now. I guess now that we're getting towards the end of the practice session. That helped. Thank you. I did not think of doing extreme compression exercise. That really helped because it gave me enough time to really consider exactly how I want my, how I wanted the fingers to go up and down. So thank you. Yes, it felt great. Yeah, it definitely felt better and sounded way better. So excellent, excellent. Okay. Don't have a lot of time, so we're just going to keep, I just need to get my repetitions in, and then we'll close off for today. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Cheers. Yeah, is it what Prof calls it? Like extreme compression? Feels good. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna leave that. Could you guys tell the exact moment when I got carried away thinking about the Woodify again? Yeah, I got distracted and then I messed up. Ooh, yes, everyone take just another flute guy Nicholas here up on his offer here. Thinking of doing another Ask Prof for your studio Instagram. Anything anyone here would like to know or ask? Yes, put your questions. Put your questions. Viva, hello. Welcome, welcome. How are you? I just saw that you just finished your lesson. How was your lesson? I hope you had a great time. Okay. lung collapsed a little bit there, so I need to support it a little bit better from down below. Also, for some reason, I like straight up skipped the F sharp. And I think I just skipped all the way to G sharp because I think I'm maybe a little bit over concentrating on making sure I'm only going up and down. So I'm actually skipping a few notes here and there. Okay. Wow, my Nightbot just decided to wake up. Okay. Yeah, definitely like skipping the F sharp today. But we don't have a lot of time, so we're just going to finish up our repetitions here. All right, we did it. We did it. Okay. I'm definitely going overtime a little bit, but you know, just for the sake of fun, we're gonna do a little bit of Rapid as Wildfires. Just that spot that I was trying to memorize yesterday. Here we go. All right, so just sleeping on that for a day was exactly what I needed. Okay, cool. Let's see. I'm like trying to go over the like the really hard parts. Okay. No, this is a different one. All right. Yeah, I can tell I'm at the end of my streak today, but you know, it's still there. So we'll take it. We'll take it. I feel like I'm getting more and more closed as we keep going. So we're just going to leave it there. Let's clean up. Oy. I personally would not be surprised if I think part of it might also be just my, you know, like I'm just so distracted thinking about a lot of things, thinking about the Woodify, and I spent some time today writing about my caregiving experience. So like there's just a lot of thoughts, women in my mind. And you know, like I think it affects flute playing. Like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, that you know, playing the flute is a litmus test that tells you how you are playing that day, you know. Then, you know, I suddenly thought, I'm such a nerd, but I suddenly thought of like a great way to use the Woodify is to like maybe even if I buy it, I should not use it every day. I think in my head I was thinking that it was cheating if I use it every day. But just because I have it doesn't mean I have to use it every day. Like what I could do is still practice my harmonics, long like tone exercises, technique exercises, and then I could even do like if I'm drilling like whatever pieces, I can do that without the Woodify, and then I can stick the Woodify on when I'm kind of like, you know, like doing the like just playing stuff for fun, you know, or if I'm playing it for someone else or whatever, like, because there was an immediate difference and an immediate sense of like just like a wonderful sense of just like comfort and ease when I just popped it on in the during the review. Like it was instant. So like in essence, yeah, I don't have to use it every day. Yeah. Exactly like Pick Player is saying. Oh, I didn't do this enough. My bad. I didn't actually stuff it up to the top. That's on me. Let me actually stuff this up to the top. But yeah, so Pick Player is saying it's like practicing in a crap room, and then performing in a super nice one. Same energy. Yeah. Like maybe that is actually the like most effective use of the wood. There, now it's nice and dry. I actually put it all the way up to the top this time. But yeah, the awful practice rooms at college, my beloved. I know exactly, right? Bone dry. Love it. Again, this is made by Just Another Flute Guy in the chat. I love this thing. I love it. And you guys, just so you guys know, he did not sponsor me to say that. That not paid, okay? Like I legit love this thing. So Deanna, your flute is definitely a barometer for your tense level. Yes, same here. Same here. Yeah, I can feel it. Yeah. Yeah, see, earlier Nicholas was saying I'm working too hard. Yep, I was. And I just could not reel it back, man. Just couldn't reel it back. And sometimes it'd be like that, you know? So no, also me saying that was also not under threat. No. Straight, this is legit. I legit really like this thing. So if you guys want one, head to the video description underneath and go to CAM.VOYAGE.online.com and order yourself one. Nah, man, I'm good. So I drape this thing over my case to let it dry after I use it, and like every time I come in this room and I see it on my case, it just makes me so freaking happy. I'm just like, oh, I love it. Oh, you're so welcome, Victor. Yeah, so I am that was a pretty good session considering kind of like, you know, like the context, my like life context for coming into it. I'm really happy with it. Like things are coming along. The left hand moving up and down is coming along, but it takes time. I didn't really start thinking about it until last week. And last week I could only practice twice. So I'm kind of not really counting last week. So I'm going to guess it's going to take me all the way until the end of next week before this is starting to feel more comfortable. So, you know, you just trust the process, trust in, trust in your repetitions, trust that over time it will get better. You just have to commit. That's the thing. It's not just time. You have to commit during the time. So you have to commit to getting the repetitions in. You have to commit to really like wanting to, you know, like focusing on the thing that you are trying to turn into a new skill. So yeah. Arwen says, with hands open and more open, you never actually have to close your hands. That's very true. That is actually how it feels. It feels, if you're doing it right, it truly does feel like your hands are just kind of constantly staying open. Yeah. Ibert was sounding good. Thank you so much. I am quite pleased with how it's coming along. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I've been thinking about what will mark like what will be a good marker for me that I have completed the Ibert. And what I would love is to be able to go through the Ibert from the beginning to the end in one shot every day for 2 weeks. Well, every day is actually 5 days a week for 2 weeks. And I want to be totally at ease and comfortable by the end. Like no tension, just having fun, expressing myself. So I think during those times I would definitely use the Woodify if I buy it. You know, like pretend that I'm performing it essentially. And then in which case I might see if like I can work with, you know, one of those like YouTube piano recordings or something and play against that. Maybe we'll see. I think I might have to like ask permission to use that type of thing. But yeah, that's kind of, you know, since I am starting to see the end of this, which may not be all the way until the end of this year, by the way. Like when I say that I see the end, I mean that I may be able to do this within 2024. So, but yeah. Chantelinos. Did I do that? I'm not sure. And at last I see the light. Exactly. So, thank you so much for that, Deanna. Good night. Take care. I'm about to head off myself too. What would the next project be? I've been thinking about that. The next project, I definitely know one thing that I really want to tackle is piccolo playing. Like especially now that I have done my piccolo review, I really want to do a piccolo, like a piccolo, like a revamp of my piccolo playing, and in that I want to tackle the Lieberman piccolo concerto. So that has been on my mind for a long time. That's like another big one that I want to, because I feel like if I can play the Lieberman piccolo concerto, then I can play anything. There you go, Jinx. Yeah, if I can play the Lieberman piccolo concerto, I feel like I can play anything piccolo. That's actually one of the reasons why I picked the Ibert, because I felt like if I can play through the Ibert, play anything. You know, hot take Fricolo. Fricolo. I haven't actually heard of Fricolo. That sounds amazing. I feel like did I play Chantelinos? I wonder if I did. Yeah. You were also just at the premiere of Lieberman Flute Concerto No. 2 in Chicago this past weekend. That's amazing. So the Fricolo is a piccolo concerto. Epic, sounds like film music. That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Oh, wow. Oh, that's fantastic. Wow. So yeah, the Lieberman piccolo concerto definitely is that's on my bucket list. That's on my bucket list to tackle. Yeah. Sir James Gallagher and Lady Jeannie were also in attendance. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, they came all the way over. That's amazing. Oh, Lieberman was also there. Oh my little man himself. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Oh man. Yeah. So that is on my kind of my bucket list. My bucket list is to tackle the Lieberman piccolo concerto. The myth, the legend. I know. Because because I definitely listened to the Lieberman Piccolo Concerto like a long time ago, and I was just like, oh my god, this thing is amazing. It's like just weird enough to, like, in a good way, it's like just weird enough that I'm just like, yeah, this is my jam, I love it. Or the flute concerto, maybe, just a pick player your friend got a pick with Lieberman himself. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. But yeah, so that is on my bucket list. You know, but I think right now I still want to get to a point where I want to know that I can just bust out the Ibert cold. I want to know that I can just bust it out cold. You know, just no big deal, just play the entire Ibert Concerto, you know? Because, like, I think that's just like a personal milestone for me. You know, sad you didn't get any lessons with him. Oh, so you saw Matt Featherstone. I don't know who Matt Featherstone is. Do the flute concerto with the BBC now, and it was insane. Oh man, that is awesome. That is awesome. Okay, I better excuse myself. I think I need to do a little bit of editing before I go do a little bit of cooking. You know, and then we're going to be relaxing. So, yeah, I try to relax every evening. So, you know, you guys do that too, okay? So, make sure you take some time to yourselves so you can recharge, unwind, and, you know, rest adequately so that you can keep going. Sustainability, okay? So, take care of yourselves. Stay happy, healthy, and safe to the best of your ability. Take care of yourself, because there is no music without the musician. All right? I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me today, being a nerd with me, indulging me, just having a great time together. All right. See you, everyone. Bye.